the dark of the north of Valaka are heirs and saviors, and those
You're coming in and out, Matt.
oh. Interesting. Is that better at all?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
All right. In that case, in Valaka, in the north in Regval village, our Hersairs have been picking up the pieces, intercepting invaders, having heard tales of undead ships, and wondering if the Laneshi necromancers have finally come to their shores. Preparation for this, they had laid a trap and caught such a group, discovering they were under some strange mind control. They began to make a soft alliance, deciding they could, in the future, not harm their kin, their eggs, even though earlier in spring many had murdered the young. As to that, as you're making the final preparations for what you are quite sure will be an invasion sometime soon, where do we find Marionetta, Bjorg, and Halvarth?
I think Bjorg is at the highest spot that she can find, keeping watch.
All right. Looking for disturbances among the sea. Anybody else?
Halvarth is with a group of our prominent warriors, and he has like tankards of cola and pieces of garlic inside, a hero's drink to fortify us for the coming challenges. And he's giving them a rousing speech.
Marionetta is casting a rumor about regarding Halvarth once taking on and strangling a dragon.
I think Bjorg would definitely see her coming, but out of a section of like the darkness or whatnot, out will come a figure, dressed in heavier leathers and light scaled armor, completely covered in an assortment of weapons, is a tall, lithe, darker skinned elf. She has a buzz cut on half of her head, and the other half kind of just like trails down like inky blue tendrils that just like look like they're just like sickly and wet. And she has a prominent scar across like the front of her face. And she kind of like comes up and then like greets Hersairs. Report. The traps are set. And we are ready.
Huzzah! Kisa, well done. And he claps you on the back.
Kisa kind of like grunts and kind of like does that like step forward kind of thing when you get hit in the back really hard. And she shows no enthusiasm whatsoever.
Bjorg, any threats on the horizon?
None that I can see so far.
Huzzah!
Huzzah.
Marionetta.
Yep.
You feeling good, like you're happy?
I'm always happy.
Excellent.
I have a mouth that's always permanently in a smile.
We should all follow in your example.
I don't recommend it. It's very exhausting.
That doesn't sound healthy.
Oh yeah, Marionetta is a threadborn, a doll creature who appears to be alive and is dressed like a jester, much like the image there, and carries with her a giant hammer.
Why wouldn't happy all the time be a healthy thing? I would think that would be a good thing.
Well, even when you cry, people think you're laughing.
Oh, well, if I'm going to cry, don't cry in front of people.
It just
Oh,
sounds
yeah.
like
Tragic burden.
it also sounds like your face would hurt after a while.
Oh yeah, always.
Could you not say the same for a perpetual frown, Kessa?
A frown? I mean,
A
I don't have a
frown.
frown.
Well, no, not you.
Kessa does have like a perpetual frown. Like she can't like she has resting bitch face. Straight up.
Does it not hurt your face?
No, this is my natural face.
Ah, mine too. Kisa, what kind of leather is that?
Elk. I assume.
Did you kill the elk?
I'm not a hunter, as you would say. At least a hunter of game. People, Arinetta. I hunt people.
For sport? Or do you mean like... Go
Not
ahead.
really.
So
Occasionally, the tribe asks me to find a particular person and get rid of them. Or break their
Oh.
hands.
Oh. I thought you were talking like romantically, and then you mentioned kicking them out and killing them and breaking their hands.
I'm very good at breaking things.
She takes a step back. I'm very breakable.
But you should have no worries, Marinetta. After all, you are allies this winter.
Yeah, we're friends.
Hopefully that will continue even after winter.
Through this conversation, Halvarth has been listening to Molly. Is it Kessa or Kisa?
Tessa,
Kessa. And she's talking about slaying men and walking only through the night, all dark and mysterious, and never smiling, so we never see our teeth. And Halvarth is starting to worry that there is a vampire in our midst. So he passes you a tankard of cola with 3 cloves of garlic inside. Says, Kessa, join us in toasting to the eve of our victory. A warrior's drink.
She kind of looks at it and she's like, I usually don't drink before a fight. I prefer for my head to be clear.
It's a tradition amongst Halvarth's people that they drink with your honored warrior brethren and sisters before a fight.
As it burns down your throat, it is like inviting the undying flame into your very soul.
It's a great honor to be asked to drink with Halvarth.
Kessa's like holding the tankard, and it's like she's like watching you and slowly moving it towards her face. Just like, all right. And she has like this deep kind of just like resigned, just like kind of to her, and she like takes a sip, and she kind of grimaces, and she's like, "What's in this? It tastes like garlic."
Indeed. That is the garlic of liquid courage.
Thank you, Halvarth, so much. And she kind of like passes it back to you, and is like, I think I'm full on courage for tonight.
Huzzah. Now we are true friends.
Right.
Marionette's just watching this and wondering if Halvarth and maybe Halvarth is interested in Kessa. And so she's starting to think of ways to help.
Kessa, have you had dealings with these Laneshi before?
No, but we've heard stories of them.
What kind of stories?
You can breathe underwater, and if they drag you beneath the waves, you'll never come back.
Yeah, it's pretty true. I don't breathe underwater, but I don't really breathe. So sometimes it's fun to put my head under the water and just look around, you know?
Marionetta, do you float naturally?
What a question. We all float down here. Do I float naturally? Possibly. Why?
So Kessa is not 100% sure, but she sees like your face almost like it's like, I think your face looks like it's porcelain, and she assumes that your body might be of the same material, or your body might be wood, so she's not sure. That's why. So it's like, You are a doll?
I'm a
correct?
doll. That's right.
Yes, yes.
Why?
I ask because some materials sink really fast and some do not. Some just float.
Yeah. Right. No, I would sink. I would sink. I think I'm heavy enough to sink. I don't go swimming too often, though. Do you float naturally, Kessa?
I only know how to float. I am not a strong swimmer.
Oh. Well, as it turns out, I'm not either. But it would be better if I sank than you because, like I said, I don't require breathing.
Well then, if we ever inadvertently run into a glade of poppy poppers, you'll probably be the only one who survives.
That's a scary thought.
Sounds to me as if we should challenge each other to a breath-holding contest. Marionetta, I will best you.
Disgusted noise.
However, I don't think you understand. But you two could. It could be a really great bonding moment. You could hold hands and put your heads under the water and see who can stay down there the longest.
Excellent.
If possible,
Kessa,
if possible, Kessa's like frown deepens.
Bjorg, come on. We have a most righteous endeavor.
What are we endeavoring to do this time?
Hold our breath for a very long time.
You and me? How did I get volunteered?
And Kessa, we must prove to our warriors that we Hersers are very strong and capable and consistent.
Not sure I'm gonna like this.
You'll be great, Bjorg.
Sure. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be terrible. So, I know that we made 4 potions of water breathing, Matt.
Yes, you did.
So,
Time to use them all up.
Using my sleight of hand, I'm going to take one of these potions of water breathing, and then I'm going to do this challenge with the other 2.
Nice.
All right, let's do this. Let's get it over with.
Amazing. All right, Marionetta, count us down.
Okay. When I hit 3, everybody dunks their head. And if you pull your head out, then you've given up. 1, 2, 3.
Kessa's last thought
Stick my
before
head
doing
in.
this, because I feel like Hadvarth has like kind of like his arm like around Kessa, and he's like dunking them both in at the same time. Kessa's last thought before going underwater is, "We're all going to die."
So, at first you have 1 minute plus your con modifier. So what's that for Kissa?
What do you want me to... Would that be for me as well, since I...
No, you have underwater breathing,
Okay,
right? So
yeah.
you're just like, you're good.
Okay.
I have a +2 to my con.
I have a +2 to my con.
Rollies, rollies, rollies.
So you have +2 to your con? And who else does?
+2.
Kessa. And what does Marinetta have? Is she doing this?
Oh no, she doesn't need to breathe, so she's just
Oh, so you're
keeping
just in
track
She's
there.
of.
reffing.
So it's
she's
really just these
refereeing.
two. Okay.
She's got the
Indeed,
black
well,
and white
it's
checker
rollies,
flag.
Because at the end of that, you're making death saves. So we'll see who.
Oh
Um,
no.
Well, I imagine you could just pop back up and forfeit.
Yeah, no, we're gonna do con saving throws versus each other to see who who pulls up first as you're going black. Who can last 1 extra second? Your eyes, your vision's getting narrowed and tunneled. So, Kissa and Helveth, roll it.
22.
21.
But
Oh!
Marionetta notices, and as a reaction, she has guidance. One of her features.
Is this for Hal?
Yes, it's for Halver.
+3. 24.
Like I envision like little strings feeding air bubbles to Halverth. That have come out of Marionetta.
A most divine intervention.
Just a second. Before Kissa, you have to pull up.
And then we like all Kessa comes up. She looks like a drowned rat. Like absolutely just like everything just
Marionetta is going to try to take care of her and make sure she's okay.
Halvarth bursts up. Did I win? Did I win?
She spits out kind of like a small little fountain of water, just like bloop.
Halver, come quickly. She needs your help. I'll keep track of Bjorg, but hold Kessa's hand and encourage her. And as I go to, I jump into the water to go look at Bjorg, making sure Bjorg's alive. I'm a little worried.
Kessa, have you pushed yourself too far?
I'm fine. Just wet.
Well, let us get you dry. Come to the shore.
As soon as I realize Bjorg, I just kind of laugh because I realize that she did something really clever. And so I'm definitely going to keep that secret. And I just kind of whisper in her ear, "You won. Don't worry. Your secret's safe with me."
I think Bjork is still down there. You're muted, Julie.
You guys done already?
He has
They couldn't-
stars in his eyes.
They couldn't last as long as Bjorg down there. We need to toast Bjorg tonight.
A mighty warrior indeed. Her stamina is thrice the size of her diminutive frame.
Hooah! Wait, what's it? Huzzah or hooah?
Huzzah.
My Marines?
Huzzah!
Yeah, okay. Hooah is Marines. Huzzah is Albert. Got it.
Even among my people, they sing the praises of the great Bjorg.
Yeah, I'm going to pour Bjorg a nice cup of cola.
Yeah, warm me right back up after that cold water. So, now that we're all done proving ourselves, anybody see anything on the horizon?
It's a good question.
Oh, all right. So we will. All right, looking out. So far, things look okay. And I say before you kind of get ready to check on the various defenses, anything you'll want to do.
Kessa, I'm sorry, Kessa. How many battles have you been in?
Tessa kind of pulls out this it's like a little like strip of wood and leather that kind of like hangs from one of her belts, and it has runes like on the bottom of it. It's like a cylinder of wood that's been carved into, and on the bottom of the cylinder it has like a rune carved into it, that if anybody is practiced in rune carving would know is like the symbol for protection. And into it there's like about that you could see about 20 cuts, and excuse me, I burped. About 20 cuts, and she kind of like shows it. It's like, I have lived and fought through 20 skirmishes with different insurgents upon our borders, as well as traitors that I've been asked to hunt down.
And you're still hunting those traitors?
No. I was one of those who volunteered to aid in the survival, our combined survival of the winter.
I got you. So are you more of a sword and board? Are you more archery? Or
you'll notice she just has a lot of blades. A lot of blades on her person.
Do they look like throwing knives, or are they more like
she has at least 2 swords, a very long looking knife, and then like across her front, like there's like a bandolier of throwing knives. And you'll notice she also does like have a like it looks like a short trident on her back, but like you would think that it possibly like extends to be longer. She has like a loop of leather that possibly could be a sling. She has a whip. She has a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
okay?
A lot of versatility. Got it. So Kessa, and I just kind of make sure nobody else can hear us for a second. Kessa, listen, Halvarth means a lot to me. I've sort of taken him in. I make sure he's okay and that he's taken care of. And I like you. So if you don't mind, when you're out there fighting, just try to make sure he's safe and everything. And I mean, I don't know what your intentions are with Halvarth, but regardless of any of that, I just wanted to let you know that he means the world to me, and I just couldn't bear to lose him.
Kessa has no idea what you mean by intentions. I wanted to see if she would pick up what Marionetta was putting down. I rolled an 8 on insight. She has no clue.
Okay.
I feel like even with Marionetta being super honest about it, if I didn't roll over a 10, Marionetta, then Kessa has no clue what's going on. So she's like, okay. Marionetta, I will say I did swear an oath to protect everyone, not only from my clan, but this one.
I know, and that's why I like you. I just meant when we're out there fighting and everything, it's just very important that we all have each other's back, and I can't always keep eyes on Halvarth, and and he is a growing boy. He
okay. Don't worry not, Marionetta.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you're here, because there's just something about you that makes me feel safer. Like you really seem to know what you're doing. And I will give her another cup before I head off to keep watch somewhere.
Kessa is under the impression that you are Halvard's new mom, like adoptive mom.
That's actually quite insightful. That's exactly how Marion sees herself.
And because of that, Kessa keeps the drink with her. She doesn't drink it, but she pretends she's drinking it by wetting her lips with it, kind of thing. Just because she too does a lot to just disappoint mom, even at her age.
Very good. And it is with that you hear the Regvelian warnings horns begin to blow, causing everyone to go to their positions and to Reffensheim for cover. Now, I want to quickly make sure that you have updated your numbers for your outposts with your reinforcements.
Do we want to just max everything? I would recommend not putting anybody at RF4 though, because it's damaged. So rolls against it are going to have advantage anyway, and why would we want to suffer losses there, I think.
That sounds good to me.
Sounds good to me too.
Yep.
Nice.
Very good. Therefore, all right, it's blown. You've got your reinforcements placed as you'd like as you begin to see rather horrible creatures begin emerging from the wood. All at once, you can see the waters grow dark as a storm seems to be coming in. In addition, you see both Laneshi and Kepmir begin to emerge from the woods, seemingly on all sides of the village, as you're sure there are others close at hand underwater. First thing is they're going to be attacking at RF5 and RF1. So 2 forces come in this particular wave.
May so we actually can't max everything. We don't have the warriors for that. So before you start rolling anything,
Yep.
I think we have to reevaluate.
Sure.
We can minimum everything and max sub. But which ones do you guys want to max?
How many can we max?
If we do minimums, that's 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10. Oh, 10 is everything. Okay. 10, 10. We have like 140 warriors left over to divvy up around.
Well, so what if we max 6, 3, and 9 for sure? Because those are the last step to the longhouse. And then 10 as well. What does that leave us?
We would have like 30 warriors left over at the stronghold.
Okay, don't you think that should work? Anybody not agree? Other
I'm good with it.
suggestions?
I'm good with anything. This is the part of the game that always confuses me, so I'm going along.
This is the part where Jack says, I will interrupt if I want to say something. You 3 take. Is that about right?
Yes, that is correct.
Good to
Okay,
me.
cool. Just want to reiterate those things. They don't always, because I know that's what it was before. Like, just take it. I trust you. This is all good. All right. In that case, reminder from 2 weeks ago, because of all the work and successes you did, essentially the village was so nervous before that I was going to get 3d10 instead of 2d10 on my raid roll.
Ooh.
But because of everything you do, I just get a d4 to add to it.
Ooh.
All your work, and so that's what all that amounts to. Essentially, this is a lot of an easy. Well, see how it goes, but an easier time, a little harder time now. So against RF5, then that is level 3. 2. Okay. Awesome. So actually, can you tell me the raid difficulty for that?
17.
Thank you. So start off. Ooh. That is only going to be an 11.
Ooh, so you failed by 5 or more, which means something.
So basically the raid, this force gets repelled.
Nice.
Because when NPCs attack, we don't deal with like how many losses. This is just how many waves come in for like a little more simplicity. And then, so they don't get any deeper. You're able to repel them, even though they trampled over your damaged fortifications. And then we'll go into the towers over at RF1. They're only getting a 10 on that one.
13.
Right.
Nice.
Getting repelled once more. All right, so now you have your defenders' moves.
I do think in the thingy it says that if the wave fails, or if the roll fails,
Yeah, you still take casualties. I
yeah,
was just
yeah.
figuring
That's
that
what I
out,
was trying to get at.
So yeah, so do not confident and
1d10.
10. It's roll fair by 5. Okay, so you take no casualties because I failed by 5.
Okay.
Mhm.
The other one takes casualties.
And
Yes.
can we curb that with healing on
Yes.
these? Okay.
So what you're working against is 4. And it's
4.
1.
Okay.
You save 1 person per level of healing.
Okay. Then I will take care of 3 of them with the healing word, level 3.
Okay. So
I
give us a
will-
narrative flair to these castings, I think, if we can.
All right. Well, with Marionetta, it's her songs. So there's always this fiddler on the roof, if you will. This fiddler who's up there just kind of playing songs and always inspiring people. So even as they go down, they are feeling this sense of, no, we're winning, and they start to get back up, and they can take care of these wounds in a second because they're going to just use all of their strength to keep on going so that they have a better chance of being healed if they can get rid of them quicker.
Okay. I love that as you're getting them, and then it sounded like that was level 2.
That was level 3, so I
Level
took care
3.
of 3 out of the
There's
4.
1 left, and then
Halvarth will lay on hands. He will no, he'll just lay fiery palms upon the other casualty as the undying flame brings them back.
thank God. Oh, right. In that case, we'll go to any of your defenders' turns. So you have special traits if you have any. There's defensive spells you could potentially do. Oh, and I guess that's part. So it's a little different. So healing is part of your turn too. So you've done that. And you can also reorganize your soldiers if you want.
Do we all get to do something? Could, like, although I don't know if they have any magic, but Kessa and
Yeah, so it would really be Kessa, because technically you guys took turns by healing.
right, exactly.
So it would be Kessa and Bjorg.
Unless Pass Without a Trace does something. That's all I got.
Yeah, I don't have any magic.
If you can also, if you have like an offensive item or like an explosive or something like that, you can counter strike at a fortification that was. Oh, but nobody conquered anything. Okay, never mind. So that doesn't matter.
Yeah. I would say if you want to pass without trace, you'd have to do it 3rd level, but you could make one of fortification a little harder this turn.
I only get up to 2nd level.
Then there it is. All right, they proceed.
It's like my elven lineage stuff.
Got it. All right. In that case, they begin. You see some begin to raid the island, starting coming up from the sea. You can see Asa beginning to fight. What is our DC on the island?
It is 7, 8, 21.
21. Okay. So what we get, that is just going to be a 9.
Nice. No casualties.
No casualties as they are repelled. Then any turns?
So now we can use magic. Let me see.
Yes.
Would that increase our ability to harm them in some way? If we used offensive or debuffs?
If kind of tell me what you want to try to do.
Sure.
You want to
Okay.
work at you get bonuses starting at level 3 of a spell. So that's your starting
Gotcha.
level if you
Okay.
want to do something.
Yeah. I probably won't then, because I only have through level 3.
Okay.
And I have to use those for class features too, so.
Okay. All right. So the two, what it seems, preliminary waves of the forces meant to soften up your defenses, which they've not done a great job of, have seemed to have been defeated. However, now, boiling up, there are hundreds upon hundreds of controlled Kepnir raiding the waters, as well as legions of Laneshi controlling them. Some seemed dead. Others are bolts of magical power being flown at the enforcements here. So, they now get 3 attacks per wave, as opposed to 2, 1. So first, one you see is going towards Akari Bay again. The other will be headed up to, RF5 and RF1, kind of ignoring your north the best. It seems like they are too. So first, we're going to start down at RF10. So you still have your full defenders on that one. So
Correct.
it's still like 21?
Yes.
Okay. 16.
Woohoo! No
Let's
loss.
do it by 5. Here we go. That's where it seems like they put their main forces this time. Next, down near the farm, specifically near Benna's, the Benison farm. Another attack occurs. This is going to be 12.
That fails, but which one is this? RF5 or RF4?
R5.
Okay, it fails also by 5, so no losses.
Nice. The last one in the defense is to RF1. Ooh, not good. Although I know the DC I think went lower on this one.
Yes.
4.
It's 13, I think.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's 9.
Okay, so 1d10 losses.
Yes.
But they didn't take the fortification.
Yep. Correct. 1.
Just one?
Yep.
Then I'll use a level 1. And heal them.
All right. So you doing your defender turn? Anyone else on the defender turns?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't have anything I can do.
Yeah, me neither, actually.
Okay. All right. They're continuing their assault on the island. This is turn 4. Actually, 6, 7, 11 on the island.
Beautiful.
All right. Double check, make sure. All right. And then we'll go down to RF5. Oop. That is 15.
Fails, but there are losses.
Okay, I'll roll the lost die for 8.
Oh, yuck.
Had to happen sometime. I was rolling low.
Okay. I mean, what I can do, I can at least heal 3 of them. That's as good as I can do, and I'm going to do it. So
I can do 25 points of lay on hands, and that'll help 5.
Yes.
So
Right.
they should all be good.
Yeah, running to that, keeping things up. So thank you. So far, no casualties. Any other defender turns?
That's my last 3rd level healing that I can use because I have to save the other one.
All right. Now, with the last push, here they come. Incidentally, this is as an aside a little bit. Because you squashed the Ketmir eggs, they don't get a bigger force here. All the way back in spring.
Wow.
Otherwise, I would have gotten more energy to make this final push. So Cole died for good cause.
Oh, poor Cole.
That being said, against RF10 is 11.
Perfect.
RF5. We've got 9.
Great. No losses.
RF1. 15.
Oh, yuck.
Ooh, that did it.
Okay. So that's I gotta go the right one. 15. Did I just get it?
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
5 or more.
Okay, perfect.
So half of the defenders are killed or captured.
Indeed.
Was that 5 of them? I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah. So you would do that on when you have a defender turn?
We don't have a defender turn, right?
Not just yet.
Okay.
So I'll let you know when you can do any healing to help people. Because as they come, that was the last of this wave. As you see this, the Laneshi necromancers looking at the dead here immediately raise them to bolster their force as they continue to RF2. So before you had time to get down there, this kind of squad continues. And they get an extra 2. So 6, 9, 10 against RF2.
Fails by more than 5.
All right. So of the 5 that perished then, we're going to say 1 was risen and lost,
Okay.
unable to be taken care of. So 4 are able to be healed at your defender turn here.
I can heal half of them. I can heal 2.
Okay, I can get the other 2.
In that case, time to see who died.
Yep.
Oy, 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 oy.
All right. In that case, the battle now has raged on for about 6 hours. Is the time frame here as you are running back and forth, providing healing, saving folks, doing your best. Intelligence gathered by the ones that you freed from the slug worms, horribly being a large detriment. You see how the intelligence that you prevented getting to their hands would have made things far worse. Whole defenses stand that would have fallen. However, in the blood en masse, you do see one body being carried, signs of deep necromancy, and bronze dragon scales. And you see Gondel, my father. Of course, Grindel lies slain. I don't know why he decided to raise up arms. He's always hid.
Bjorg walks over and hugs her and says, I think he did it for you and your brother. Trying to make this a safe place for both of you. He will have a warrior's funeral.
Aye, he will. You're often. It is no secret the issues your father and I had. But I tell you this. You will be celebrated in the spring. We would not have survived without his expertise. He saved as many lives as the Hairsayers in their own way, I think. And next to her, you see Benna. Looks at Gondor and she goes, I could not. Still can't forgive him. But he died righteous, as any good parent would want to. Anything I would like to do?
Yeah, Marionetta, when she noticed everything was getting really heavy and emotional there, she ran away and just put her fingers on her or hands on her ears and started singing songs to herself until they were gone.
Gotcha.
I help the warriors tend to her father, which means like setting up the pyre so that he can be set out for mourning.
Yeah. I think in the winter, it's mostly there's a small blessing, and they try to. So the pyres burn at the end of winter.
Oh, okay.
Warriors.
Then
There's
I
just
help.
no resources to be spent in winter. Is the issue.
Then I help them prepare the body for, I guess, storage, whatever we do with them in the winter.
All right.
I want her to know. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I want her to know that even though me and previous Hairsayers have had issues with him, he still was here for the clan, and I want her to know that even though we had our differences, he still made a difference, and he's going to be honored for it.
Very good.
Halvarth just wants to be able to save from Grindel's body 2 tokens. One that could be related to battle and raiding, and he would gift it to Gunvar. And then some other token from his body that isn't necessarily of a warrior. It could be something else, just a piece of his cloak or something like that to give to Gunvar. Nope. Gondel. And he would say something about how death is inevitable, but life should be celebrated, and this is how we do it through legacy.
And Gunvar, their son, or his son, kind of nods too. They both begin to understand and accept it. In that case, how would you like to proceed and go into any downtime? Giving a lot of this to you.
Marionetta will spend some time at the quote unquote pub, even though it's more the just the place where we get cola from now. And decorates it. Puts a lot of glamorous glitter and things to kind of just not echo the sentiment of sadness at all. Wants to be away from all that, and so tries to bring people in and enjoy a night of merriment and also just to celebrate the fact that what we just accomplished was amazing, and that there was a casualty, but only one casualty. And at the end of the day, that's pretty amazing. And wants to just focus on the good. And if anybody brings up the casualty or starts talking about it, she'll probably in some way drown them out a little bit, even though, and not in a bad way, just kind of in the way that she clearly doesn't want to hear it. She doesn't want to be around it, and she doesn't like it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. If you get the message and you see some come here, there's like a group who get that there's 2 spaces, and so the mourners kind of move about to other places, while others who just actually are trying to celebrate and try to work through it come in.
Halvarth, in the days following, noticing not I don't know if he's insightful enough to notice the depth of what Marionetta is hiding and why she might be doing it, but I think he does notice that she is not comfortable in the typical spaces where they usually are together, and there's grieving going on, and maybe Marionetta's not around, and she's only celebrating in the pub. And so I think Halvarth would get the children that Marionetta usually tells stories for, and he wants to get them to help write and put on a play reenactment of the raid that sort of, lionizes Grindel. And I don't necessarily know if it would be tactful. He doesn't have tact, but he is hoping to bring the children to cheer Marionetta up.
Okay. These plays begin to be made, and some of your honors and systems. Y'all can settle that. All those reactions happen.
I assume you did not bring them to the pub.
He would bring them to the pub.
Oh, of course.
Fine with him.
Of course. So they're putting on a play
Mhm.
that's about the person who died?
Correct. Sort
Oh,
of like
no.
how like a small like elementary school puts on like a Christmas play. Like that's like or like a holiday play. It's like everyone has like silly costumes on and all of the speeches are like really dramatic and there's slaying of monsters and it's take it how you will.
Yeah, I think if Marionetta's there when they start this, the moment she realizes what they're actually performing, she gets really uncomfortable, and immediately tries to steer the performance in a totally different direction by like jumping up there with the kids and getting them to sing songs that she's taught them, and just like trying to completely take it off of the person who died, as if this is someone who is just not at all wanting to dwell on the person who died or to experience any of those emotions, and is avoiding them at all costs as if her life depends on it right now.
Would Bjorg be there watching this play?
Yeah.
Halvarth takes a heavy seat next to her. Ah, Bjorg. Isn't it great to see Marionetta back to her old ways? Talking to the children, laughing and having fun.
Is that what this was about?
Well, yes, of course. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I am very insightful, and I could tell she was feeling off after the raid.
Did it ever occur to you to just talk to her?
I know you don't know Marionetta well yet. She does not enjoy talking about her feelings. Not the big ones. Not the ones that are not happy.
But how is she ever going to get past them if she never talks about them?
I suppose there is merit to that, wise Bjorg. I always thought that the antidote to any heavy heart was a grand party, but perhaps she just needs somebody to help carry her heart.
That's very insightful of you.
I know. All right, Bjorg, you've convinced me. I will speak to her following the show.
As her closest friend, it's probably best if you do that.
Sort of, were you like offering to do it, actually? Is that the vibe I'm getting? You want to talk to her? You want to do it?
Only if you need me to, but I think as her closest friend, she's more likely to open up to you.
You're right. There is no challenge too great for the Bergman.
Exactly.
Huzzah.
Huzzah. If you need any more insight or advice, let me know. I'm always here for you.
Thank you, wise Bjorg.
Now go party it up.
Ha-ha!
Make her laugh some more.
Kessa, a drink!
Kessa's like off in the corner, drinking on her own, and then I just imagine Halvarth coming over, like putting his arm around her. getting another drink and just slapping it into hers that's like just like there. And she's just like disgusted noise. Ugh.
Kessa, I have a question.
Yes, Halvarth.
Do you enjoy discussing your feelings?
Not particularly.
But you carry them on your face. You're always so frowny.
That is why I do not particularly enjoy discussing my feelings. They are right there for everyone to see.
I am
Why
starting to
bother
suspect.
discussing?
I am starting to suspect that somebody close to me, and I will not name names out of respect, but somebody close to me who is always happy and smiling, always laughing and looking on the bright side of things. Perhaps these emotions that she wears on her face are merely a mask to hide her feelings, not to show them to others. This is not the case for you?
In my experience, Halvarth, people can be complicated, and soul-bound marionettes possibly are equally as complicated.
What a strange time to bring up Marionetta. I don't understand. You are very silly, Kessa. Anyway, people are complicated indeed. But that's confusing. What is the point of hiding your feelings?
Sometimes people need to understand their own feelings, because sometimes feelings are so big you don't understand exactly what they are.
Must you understand them if they are feelings? Do they not just come over you?
Well, sometimes you don't know the word for what you're feeling. Sometimes you could be so overwhelmed with emotion, you don't know exactly what it is.
I often do not know the words for things, so I do understand this. All right. This has opened my eyes. Thank you, Kessa. Please try to enjoy the rest of the party. Smile just once. Just try.
She kind of gives you a slow set of blinks.
All right, we will practice more another day. Good night.
She kind of like gives you kind of like, she raises her mug a bit and kind of like a salute of a silent salute.
Alvarth would find Marionetta.
Yes.
Marionetta is exhausted and is sitting down now after having completely made sure that she dodged that bullet and enjoyed hanging out with the kids for a moment, but now they're finally going off to bedtime. And just kind of is rest. She's resting there in a stool, her head against the wall. Just kind of, if she were able to breathe, she'd be catching her breath, but looks about like that.
Halvarth comes to sit next to you.
Halvarth.
Netta, I was originally going to come to ask you how you are. However, it has come to my attention that perhaps this is a difficult question. So I've brought you this. And he pulls out one of those papers with like a smiley face, a less smiley face, a flat face, sad face, sadder face, angry face. And he slides it on the table in front of Marionetta. You said the other day that you're smiling all the time. But I had the epiphanous thought that perhaps this does not match how you feel on the inside. Which of these faces do you feel like now?
I think Marionetta is like stunned at how deep that was.
Halvarth, we've been on the road together now for a while. But you're right. It's sometimes hard to show what you feel when you're permanently looking like me. And so she'll look at the pictures and consider whether she wants to do this. And but since it's Halvarth and she's thinking, you know what, I've been with Halvarth now for a while, I might as well open up to people because maybe this is my new home. And so she's going to take her hand and she will place it on the crying emote. Halvarth.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you something. I haven't told anybody. And I'm
love
not even
secrets.
I know you do. I'm kind of scared to share it because it's really personal, but I wasn't always a doll. I was
A baby doll.
no. I mean, I was a person. I was a mother and a wife, and I made dolls as to sell. And much like the raids we just experienced, my home experienced a terrible raid, and it took everything from me except for this. And I sometimes, when things like this happen, I remember my daughter, and it's hard to express that when you're a toy. I'm sorry if that's unloading a lot on you, Halvarth, but just raids.
It's very special to receive secrets, especially tender ones. I'm not very smart, but I am strong. And I'm sorry that perhaps if you have felt that you must bear burdens alone.
Well, yeah. And, being like me now, you never know when people are going to think you're possessed by some demon here to kill everybody. But I'm not. I'm still the old me, just new form. And anyway, I trust you a lot, Halvorth, because you and we've been through a lot now, and I'd like to say this place will become my home. And I'm trying to make a home here. That's why I'm trying to make myself useful. And, if I can entertain the kids, then the kids will grow up liking me, and then maybe it'll make it an even better place. And I want it to be your home too.
I am learning that I am strong of body, but there are different strengths, I think. And I think you are very strong as well, Marionette.
Well, thank you, Halvorth, but believe me, even if I am, you're still stronger, Halvorth.
He'll give you a big hug, and he will say, remember, if you are ever feeling heavy, I will help carry you.
Really?
I
All right.
swear.
And so she'll climb on your back.
He'll make little airplane noises.
Anything else?
Not for me.
All right. Then what would you like to do for downtime?
Well, what do we need at this point, juncture? I know we've got our.
You should have a reinforcement that needs to be repaired.
Mhm.
Then there's gathering and such things.
Oh yeah, we
We
got
have
two.
two.
Places. Yeah, two.
Yeah.
Oh, because they conquered. They took that other one. Yeah. RF5, right?
That was RF1.
RF.
Yeah,
Yeah,
RF1.
And RF4 was already down.
Perfect.
Might as well try to repair one, I guess. Well, the one. Okay, so RF4 and RF1 are both damaged then.
Correct.
Okay. Yep. What do y'all think?
We can only really repair one, so
I think functionally they're really similar. I would even flip a coin about it.
yeah.
That's fine.
Well, how about since we did RF1 last time, we do RF4 this time?
Sure.
Sounds good.
Cool with
And
me.
That's gonna, I think it just costs 100 pounds of resources. We do have more timber than we do ore.
Go with the timber.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
So we're able to get that one back to the minimum 10. If we do this, or do we roll? I don't remember.
You don't roll. It just is fixed. You spend your week fixing it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because that's because you're doing really well in between. I also rolled really low on my dice, but doing good on the raids.
Yep.
Don't
Jinx
Don't
it.
jinx it.
We did well. We did well.
It's more fun when it goes badly.
Listen, I'm not worried about anything being Jinx. I've lost like 4 characters in this game.
So, like,
We
listen,
are way beyond Jinx.
Matt, do you have this as week 6? This is downtime from week 6 or week 5?
yes, we are ending week 6.
Got it.
Nice.
Oh, I heard the door. My mom's home.
Very good. Then that is, I think, as we transition into the 7th week, let's go ahead and take our break here. A little more natural.
All right.
And Alrighty. So make sure Robin gets back here. Well, trying to see where Robin is. I'm not sure. I thought it was gonna be a minute. We should probably get move in at least a little bit then. Oh. In that case, as as you wake up, as we come to the beginning of our 7th week of winter here, there's a crowd of Regvalian villagers here. You begin to hear a big commotion. This is just before dawn. So the sun's not out, but it is just kissed with light. In winter, that seems to give a good amount of ambient light indeed. Here as the threat of the warming sky gives you a little bit of vision. This crowd of Regvalian villagers are all around a snow white fox. And as the different ones of you approach from wherever it is you come from, you can catch sight of it, and it is speaking. Gother, I have a message.
Yes?
Yes. We are Valican warriors, the first, lost in the Gardyard wastes, waylaid by giants. We beg help. Seek the rock of the Blade Breaker. The fox then spins in a circle, chirps twice, bow, and scampers off toward the sheltering wood.
Okay. Well, we've been sent a message. Does anybody know who the Blade Breaker is?
As a blade breaker, would I know?
Indeed. Give me a history check.
$11.
Oh.
I give you guidance as a reaction.
unfortunately, my luck rune only applies to my weapon.
Oh, what'd you get?
With the guidance, I got 14.
Okay. In that case, as you are trying to remember, the White Fox begins to go away. You do know it as a training ground. Meant often to say it's known for the wasteland itself is known for testing the mettle of any who enter. So often those who are training are sent there to survive for a week or two on their own, combating fierce things, but mostly staying low and surviving. Usually fighting others who are also taking the trials, as like 100 or so are sent, and usually only 10 to 15 are taken in, only those who are still living at the end. And you just know many of the casualties come from other Valicans.
They said they were being attacked by giants.
Mm-hmm.
Could you repeat what clan they said they were from?
Sounded like they only said Valakan.
Oh.
Like they were among the first Valakan, but I don't think they said the clan. Is that correct, Matt? You frozen? I think Matt's frozen.
I also think so. Considering he hasn't moved.
Oh. Please don't be power issues.
Oh, I hope not. But yeah, so with Kessa, I took the rune carving stuff, but unfortunately, none of it has to do with healing.
It's restarting now.
Okay. When I was thinking about how Kessa was as a character, I took stuff that all was like battle related.
Of course.
Yeah, so like
Yeah, we don't have a dedicated healer anymore, but I did take healing because I knew we would need some. And I'm pretty much just using my spell slots for my Bard of Creation stuff. That and healing.
mm.
Hello.
Hello.
We got the VHS signal.
Let's see if we get this. Hrist. Hrist was where they're from.
Rist.
There we go. Yeah. Power went out and then thunder came, so
Oh no.
Oh joy.
we'll see how it goes. It was just like a blip, but hopefully it'll stay a blip.
It's not allowed to be anything more than a blip. I cannot handle this.
So, Kessa, do you know roughly where this place is?
Oh no. I think he's frozen again.
I'm not.
Oh no. Oh, you're just staying still.
Yes.
I would reiterate that training ground, and that more than a few clans participate in sending warriors there to train to survive.
Well, I mean, if they're asking for help, I guess we should help, right? I mean, we don't have bad blood between us and Rist.
Besides, if giants are attacking them, well, who's to say they don't head this way?
All right. Shall we get our things and be on our way?
I still think we should be cautious if we're going to do this. We should consider it could possibly be a trap.
We should do it sneakily then.
At least cautiously.
That fox is long gone, right?
Not necessarily. I think it depends how quickly you want to move here.
I'm
Like,
gonna
like
use,
it's going.
I will use a first level and speak to the fox and just say, "Fox friend, can you tell us the person who gave you this message? Were they kind?"
So you're like running after the fox.
Yeah, trying
Shouting.
to.
And it's looking back at you as it's going. Yes, yes, very kind.
I'm going to cast another first level for animal friendship to try and get them to.
You're
See me
feeling
as a friend.
here. Yeah, sure. So you cast that, and they go. Oh, don't you look lovely?
Yeah, I just had a couple of questions about the person that you got the message from. Did you see any large giants there?
Running between some trees, looking back and talking to you. Oh yes, very, very nasty, large, ripping people to shreds.
Come on, Halvarth. We should follow before she gets herself in trouble.
Please. I'm communicating all of this information to them.
Shouting back, hey!
And
Samira,
I am
as you're
trying to
doing
ask.
this-
I'm trying to ask the fox to slow down. That's why I did friendship to try to see if they'll-
Absolutely. What you learn from this is it has a compulsion to return.
Oh, okay. So animal message probably. Okay. I'm
It's supposed to return
familiar.
where it's coming from, which means that it will lead you to the people in trouble if you hurry.
Yeah, they're leading us that way if we want to follow the fox.
We must.
All right.
Post haste.
Hope everybody has your weapons. And
I look back to make sure Kessa is following.
Any other questions?
Definitely following.
Did you
And
want to
does
ask?
Kessa have her weapons?
She does.
Her 18 million knives.
She never goes to sleep without wearing them.
Yeah, she's like, "Oh no, I left 2. I only have 17."
Well,
I'm
I've got
sorry,
this
Jackie,
up.
go ahead.
I will ask y'all if you have any questions for the fox or anything that Marionetta's not thinking of. She will communicate it.
Do they know how many giants and how long they've been attacking?
I communicate that. Was it this many or less? And she holds up like 4 fingers. 1 giant, 2 giant, 3 giant, 4.
More than that.
Ooh.
Okay. Ooh, more than 4. That's bad. Did they have weapons, or were they using their fist? And she holds up her 2 hands as if she's mimicking the giants. Or do they have things like this? And she points at Kessa's mini blades.
Absolutely. Claws and teeth. A lot of claws and teeth.
Claws and teeth.
Ask. We know Halvrith is stupid. Never mind.
That makes it
Ask
sound.
if the
Go ahead.
fox wants a beer.
He wants a beer?
Yes.
A cola.
Right.
We'll
was
get you
Bjork
some
gonna
later.
Bjork wasn't going to ask anything. Bjork was going to say, that sounds like they're picking them up and eating them.
Yeah. Are they eating creatures, beings? Things that look like them?
How many mountains large are they?
That's a good question, actually. Yeah, you should be talking to this. You speak their language, Albert. There you go. I will communicate what you say. You know how to talk to foxes.
About 3 leaps up a mountain.
Excellent.
Should be no problem for the Bergman.
Exactly.
So whatever the fox thinks its leap is.
Leap for me, fox, so I can measure the distance.
Keeps going. Woo-hoo.
Does it? Are these true giants based on this description, or is it a giant to the fox? Like, is the fox saying this vampire a giant, but it was really just a regular humanoid?
This very large creature, yeah.
Got it. Okay, that was my
Yeah,
question.
I'm
but I
getting the
was trying to
feeling
ask
it's like a beast or something based on that description. They said claws and teeth. And as far as I'm aware, as far as Marionette is aware, giants are just like humanoids, so they wouldn't be using claws and teeth.
Hmm.
So maybe we should keep our eye open for large beasts. Though that was the message they sent, so I mean they knew what they were doing when they sent the message.
Oh, fair enough. I did forget that it was animal message. Or message.
Yeah.
Whatever. Got it.
Yeah, so it wasn't as like, they described it as giant, so now it's just going, yeah, like there's big things, yeah.
Yep. But they do see us as their friend. Unless they want to try to pass the wisdom save, I guess.
No, that's fair enough. I mean, I think the friend is just
Yeah.
there, still compelled to return.
Right. Three leaps up a mountain.
Well, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Because of his giant slayer.
Yeah. How much further to this place?
Well, now it's like at this point, like it's running back. It's kind of lost you a little bit. This fox is very quick,
Okay.
so I think at this point, you're like, ours, and I do need a survival check to keep following it.
Okay.
Not me.
Which of
I
us
can
is
do
the
it.
best? There you go, Kessa.
If I don't roll so dang low, 12.
I give you guidance.
I have a few more of those.
13.
Dang.
I rolled a 1.
Oh no.
If it does help, I do have 35 feet of movement, and I do have I don't think I have the second thing of arboreal.
Okay. Unfortunately, you do become a bit lost, and you lose sight of the tracks for about an hour before you can pick up on the fox trail once more.
It's okay, Kessa. It happens to everybody.
And then someone may make another check to try to stay on as the snow is getting harder and harder to track.
Is Kessa going to try again?
I could try again. I from what Matt said, it made it sound like I couldn't try again.
You can.
I can
Somebody
try.
else could.
Do you want me to try?
I'm going to give whoever's trying a bardic inspiration.
And I'm going to cast Enhance Ability on whoever's trying.
It's an extra D8.
I will try again.
And you have advantage.
And I have a reaction guidance only if needed.
You said
You
a D8?
A D8.
Yeah.
16 plus 6. That's
22.
22.
Oh, very nice. This time you're able to stay right with it. So it's 2 hours, 5. Been about 5 hours have passed. And again, it starts to get a little blurry. Seems like a frost drift of snow has covered the area ahead. So I'll need one more survival check, please.
And 5 hours of running. How long does the enhance ability last?
I'll cast it again.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and give you another bardic.
Oh, it's another 16, but this time plus 7. So 23.
Ooh. With that, you get the trail again. Fox, you can see it seems like it's done its best to make the prints deep as it was deliberately trying to hope that you follow it. But still very, very rough. Going as then you make your way to find, an immense ice field surrounding a large snowdrift. Atop the snowdrift is a tattered battle standard of Hrist, depicting the heraldry of Hrist. What would you like to do? Between you and the drift is about 1,000 feet of ice.
Between us and the drift is 1,000 feet of ice.
Mhm.
All
I
the way
can-
around?
Yes.
Now, if it's ice, I'm curious. I mean, I could try to. I could try. I want to make sure this would work first. I'm checking my abilities, and yes, this actually would work. But I'd have to make sure we can all fit on it. I want to try to create a large, let's say a large rug. That's reasonable. And give it an animate feature to allow it flight, so that we can try to get on it, at least as many as humanly possible. So we could technically fly over the ice.
Okay. All right. So what are you creating again?
So I'm using my performance of creation to create a large rug, and then I'm using my animating performance to allow it to be able to fly,
Okay.
and so that we can get on it to try and fly over the ice.
And how long does the animating performance last?
Animating performance lasts. If I remember correctly, I think it was an hour, but I'm checking to be sure. Because I know performance is 4 hours. So let me check. No, yeah, okay. So animating is 1 hour.
Okay.
But performance of creation is 4 hours, so it'll be able to fly for 1 hour.
Right. Okay. Cool. What to do? Okay.
And it has a 30-foot fly speed.
All right, and then a large rug.
Do we see any signs of battle?
I mean, there's the battle standard up there. Right where you are, you don't see it. But, and again, if you're going to be flying, it's going to be kind of hard.
Okay.
And I can, it will, and it does hover if I need to.
Yeah, it definitely moves like slow because it's kind of hindered with all four of you on it.
Okay.
I think, but I mean, large is can hold 4
Cool.
folks. So going very slowly across the ice, a little bit above you.
Man, Bard of Creation, I can play every Disney princess in one character.
Very nice. So it takes some time. But you begin Okay, cool. I'm trying to think this through. So as you begin to go across, you do see the fox ahead of you. From your position, you see four about 10-foot tall each humanoid figures that are swimming underneath the ice under the fox.
Damn.
Following the
This was-
fox?
Like underneath the fox in the ice.
Yeah.
So I'm
like-
starting to think this definitely was a trap, like Bjorg said. Because if we followed that fox, we'd be... They'd be bobbing for apples on us.
Reverse bobbing.
Yeah. Hmm.
Regardless, they sound like evildoers. Whether they think they are trapping us or we are coming to save a village, we should eliminate them.
Yeah, but that's ice down there, Halverth, and it's really cold. So if you accidentally fall in, it can be really hard to get out. I just don't want anybody to accidentally fall in there. But if you want to fight, I mean, we do have options.
As you talk, you can see one's getting closer, and you feel like if you don't act soon, or at least distract them, the fox may be a goner.
Okay.
It's up to you.
Anybody have a way we can lead them away from our friend?
Are we I actually if it's possible, could I throw a candle within 30 feet and Druidcraft light it in a different direction?
So you can. I would say your immediate things is that they're hunting. You're not sure that would, like, they're going to be that susceptible to being distracted.
So, are they under the ice or running across the ice?
Under the ice.
Okay.
So, like, I think by light or whatever, like, maybe other living beings. But, like, as far as, like, oh, look at candle, there's some light over there.
I mean, I can attack it, but if nobody else has anything, it's not going to do a whole lot of good. I can, like, get into their mind a little bit.
Yeah, they would be considered under total cover right now.
Oh, so we don't see them.
You see them, but they're...
I'm talking about vicious mockery, just so you know.
Yes, the vicious mockery wouldn't necessarily go through.
Can we just swoop down and pick up our friend?
That's a good question. Do I think that they would fit on this rug?
They're small, so they could.
Yeah, that is an option. We can try.
Tiny, really.
If we're all good with that, I'll tell the rug to do it.
Let's do it. Let's go and go fast.
Yeah, and Kessa, you're good with blades. Bjorg, you probably are too. So just if they come out while we're grabbing Fox here, just be ready. And I'll instruct the rug to swoop down to a nice, probably about 5-foot hovering position so we can pick up the fox, and I will let it to know when to go back up.
All right.
I will scoop.
Nice.
Got it. All right. So in that case, let's go ahead and go on to the maps.
Oof.
Ooh, I like my fancy.
Okay, so I have to roll initiative in order to go into my stance.
And we're going to get to an initiative here.
I was just not sure if I can go into one of my stances before initiative or not, because I get reactionary stuff from it.
Just for a moment, you'll be down there because the carpet's only moving 15 feet at a time.
Yeah.
So at some point, again, it kind of for drama too. You'll get down within 5 feet. So. There we go, Fox.
Oh, look at him.
Yeah, tiny little Fox.
They have their own carpet?
I don't think so.
Alrighty. In that case, can roll for initiative.
All right. Oh, mine did not roll. Hold on. Oh, nat 20 on that roll. What a waste of a nat 20.
All right, if everyone's in, I got Bjorg at 13, Halvarth at 15, Kelsa at 22, and Marionetta at 24. So in that case, and then I'd say the movement here would get you all like right on top of the fox.
Cool.
And then is there anything else you'd want to do?
Are any of the trolls poking their heads up?
No.
Okay. Then I would give the carpet the following instructions if the fox is on the carpet, and that is that I want the carpet to head upwards and smack any trolls that might jump up.
Okay, so that's going to be what it.
Yeah, that'll be my turn.
Yeah. Cool. And Kessa.
I am going to go into my weightless mithril stance because I didn't realize that it's my size or smaller for adamantine ball. And then I'm going to hold an action to attack if any of the trolls come at us.
Nice.
My blades are out and I'm ready.
You got it. All right, kind of getting the message, Mr. Fox. Whoop. Gets on. And Halvarth.
I will. Did you say that this counts as us not being able to see them, even though really we could, but if something relies on sight, we could not? This is a channel divinity feature.
Okay, what's it do?
I present my weapon, target up to 5 creatures that I can see within 60 feet. They make a wisdom save or have the frightened condition.
Okay, so you're trying to frighten them. Yeah, so I'd say this does essentially prevent that. Because you mostly see like vague shapes. Not enough
Got
for the magic to quite function.
I will hold a firebolt if one of them breaks the ice.
Got it. Bjorg.
I will hold a shot with my bow till one appears.
All right. So the first one here bursts through the ice. Takes the brunt of all of this.
Okay, so the carpet will punch at it. And they get a 25 to hit.
That hits.
This will be minus the first one. So it's 6 force damage.
Nice.
And that's their turn.
I got over 20 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
So 9 fire damage.
Very good. Burns the skin as the troll yells.
I got a natural 20 to hit.
Ooh.
So that is 21 points of magical piercing.
Ooh.
Do you get sneak?
No, because I didn't have advantage
They're within 5 feet, though.
of somebody.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so 22 plus 23, so another 45 points for sneak attack.
Yes.
Oof. Very bloodied. Krah!
Who are they within 5 feet of?
They're within 5 feet.
Oh,
Alvarth and
Also the carpet. The carpet's an ally.
I forgot there was a map. I will use... Oh, no, I held an action. Never mind. I don't have a reaction.
oh, I don't know why I have Bergen Hellstrom there. We should have. No, I do have it.
No, that's right.
I have it right. Okay, cool. It's Kessa. I don't know why. Oh, I see. Just because
Did Kessa go?
covers up Kessa.
No, I haven't gone yet.
Okay.
I just got back.
Kessa, go ahead.
Okay. I just need to check my thing. Okay.
So it's weird. So you had your turn. No, wait, okay, yeah, it's Kessa's reaction. That's what I got.
Yeah.
Let's take your reaction. Ooh.
27.
That hits.
And then the second attack is a 18.
That hits as well.
So that's a total of 9 plus 8, which, if I remember correctly, is 17.
Indeed. All right. They are wincing from the southern
And
forts.
I use my reaction, which is called a killing joke. It's whenever a creature I can see within 60 feet takes damage, I can immediately cast as a reaction my vicious mockery on it. And so I'm going to look at it and just say,
Did you ever think that you would die from a carpet?
that's a wisdom save.
Of 1.
Yes. And it will take 11 psychic damage.
I will also add that because of my fighting stance from initiative, melee attacks, so Molly's or Kessa's attacks, both dealt +4 fire damage. In addition.
Oh, so it's additional 8 fire?
Correct.
Okay. Kessa, how do you want to kill it?
I'd like to think that, like, we all start attacking, then, like, Kessa has her short sword in one hand, her long sacks in the other, and she just kind of does a slice, and where the slices meet, they burst into flame, and the ice troll goes, ah, and he falls down dead on the ice.
Amazing. They pop up. With that, the other 3 trolls look up, go, nope. They swim away to the eyes like, no. Out of sight. With that, we are exiting initiative.
That was a lot to hit that troll.
Good job, everybody.
Those
Yeah, considering
giants.
I think guys hit it with like over 60 points of damage.
Yeah.
Those
Pretty sure you
giants
did
must
at least have.
be
But
very wise to flee at this time. Incredibly intelligent creatures.
Kessa, that was amazing.
Amazing. Bjork's the one who shot them in the throat with an arrow.
That's true.
We all did amazing.
Shall we continue on to the other side or until my carpet fails us?
I imagine the fox is having to be held so they don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
I imagine the fox is also, now that danger's out of reach, it's getting a little squirmy.
Yeah,
A
he
bit,
still
but you're able
wants
to
to
kind
get-
of hold it. And you see that a group of warriors have now kind of been peeking out of the snowdrift. And kind of on top of this hill to see what was happening. Kind of looks at all of you. See their eyes fall upon your heraldry that around, and as well as the fox. He goes, "Fellow Velicans, we are here."
There they are.
Brothers and sisters! Halvorth waves.
I'll instruct the carpet to take us there so we can get off.
Yeah. Coming here to the encampment, you can see this group. They quickly introduce themselves as called the Snowhawks. And Ghost Falcons. I am the hairsayer here, Lefsey.
Nice to meet you. We are from Clan Raktov.
My message. My folks did well. It shows you, and you can see there's many wounded and dying here. And some that you think may have already passed.
We shall render aid, yes. First, show us to your pregnant and your warriors.
Of course. And begin showing you the various like the and there are some with the child and others. You can see carried a blade at one point. Because we need help getting to safety. I think we're near Stregval. If you would have us.
Yeah. Are any of the injured like critically in the sense that if they don't get help right now, they are about to pass?
Some are. They're fading fast. You're thinking there's some aid, but there's also just the elements and exhaustion.
All right. Are any of them?
What about them getting back to like civilization where they can get a true rest for a few days?
Are any of them children or mothers with child or?
I mean, there are women with there's no kids here though.
All right. I will try to heal who I can. Let's see. I will. I've got my 2 first levels, so I can heal 2 people with that on healing words, and I can dedicate 2 more from second level. So I can at least heal 4 people who are critical in need of it right now, prioritizing what I mentioned.
Does it seem like if we take the time to do that, then more will become critically injured in that time that we took to heal?
You probably think you have about 24 hours of leeway time here.
Got it. Okay.
But you also need a way to carry out all these wounded.
Mm-hmm.
Because most of them can't walk on themselves.
That's dangerous ice.
While you're doing that, Lefsey will mark a fearsome Jarl of Frostmere who goes by the name of Grimskelia, the Grim Hunter. Their face looks suitably grim too. They say he commands a warband of 10 giants. More than enough to reduce a city to rubble in a matter of hours. We managed to slay one straggler, but we had to flee to survive. We got lost in a snowstorm during our fight, and many of our number froze to death on the wastes. We are the only survivors. You must be cautious, Herr Cersei. Fear your village is at risk.
It sounds like the village might be at risk just if we leave them alone.
We must find these horrid creatures and slay them, yes?
I think our first priority is everyone here.
Yeah, how are we going to get all these people back? I mean, I could only even send maybe 4 at a time if we did it the way we got here, but I'm assuming we're going to want to find a better way to travel.
Try to... The most I can think of is make stretchers we can drag across the ice and drag them back to the village.
Are you aware of the trolls under there?
Saw you fight, but...
How thick is the ice?
The ice is roughly like 15 feet thick.
Okay. And are we actually in their village right now, or?
No, there's a snowdrift that they took shelter in.
Okay.
Maybe if we took out those trolls under the ice, it would allow for a safe passage for everyone. Because I assume that's the only way back.
Yeah, there's about 1,000 feet of ice between you and the land.
Any plans? Any ideas?
Oh, I have ideas, but nothing to fulfill them.
What kind of ideas?
Well, for those that can walk, we need to put something on their feet so they don't slip on the ice. But I have nothing around to make that happen.
Could we search the environment maybe for things that we could fashion into like spikes, like like ice spiked shoe things? Like if we broke up a rock into little shards.
How many is that to make like it easier to cross the ice?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could definitely get enough probably for those who could walk, unlike the ones you'd have to carry.
Halvarth will whistle and from the snow and ice, it rises in pieces and snaps together, and he is finding a steed, an otherworldly steed that looks like an elk. It's large, and this magical elk made of snow and ice appears, and if we do have those gurneys, we can perhaps trail them behind the elk. It can drag them across the ice.
That's awesome, Halvarth. Do they have any extra blankets or clothing that we could use to maybe fashion something like that?
I mean, they have bits of clothing. You can gather wood here over the next day too. You can get, depends what you want to do.
Make some sort of stretcher for the wounded.
Okay, yeah, you can make some stretchers easy enough here. It's basic things. You don't have to roll for it, but you can definitely create these stretchers.
Okay. And then tie them together and tie them behind the elk.
All right, get that up behind Halvarth's.
I would also like to use Druidcraft to see what the projected weather is going to be to help them, because knowing what weather ahead of time will help prepare us.
All right. Reaching out to the other, whether you think it's definitely going to be of a snow, but not a fierce blizzard or anything like that.
All right. As long as we keep ourselves out of frozen waters, I think we should be okay.
Marionetta,
Mm-hmm.
are studs something that you could conjure, and maybe Bjork could fashion them onto the...
What I could do, I mean, I could summon like a giant hunk of something that we could whittle down into studs. I assume I could create something like a barrel of studs, because I can create like a barrel of liquid. But yeah, I think it's possible as long as it's not too costly. Just depending on how much it costs. If it was like a container of studs at a price value of
I'm gonna hold up one of my pitons and say, "Can you create something like this?"
oh yeah, as long as it's not magical, absolutely. I could okay, so value of item, yeah, 20 times, okay, so 120 gold. So as long as it's not more than 120 gold, I could create like a barrel of batons, or what have you. Just depends on how much the market value is on something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I think a bear of pitons is good.
All right, so I will use a spell slot and go ahead and create.
I will
Yeah.
give Marionetta whatever gold she needs to make them.
Oh no, she doesn't need any gold. Her performance of creation is just based on her level, a certain cost value. She can't go over that for a single creation.
Ah.
So she will go ahead and create that, and it magically appears. Now, it will last about 4 hours, so we do have to hurry, because they will disappear after that.
Got it.
Which is how I sometimes give Halvorth alcohol so he doesn't hurt himself at night and doesn't die of alcohol poisoning. I will create his alcohol using that, and then it will magically disappear when it's time for bedtime.
I will keep that secret.
Okay, so we have a stretcher caravan of the wounded, and snowshoes for the, or spikes for the mobile, ambulatory.
Mm-hmm.
I assume we will be accompany them across the ice.
Yeah, with that, to make your way there. So of course now, going through the snow and screeching across the ice.
City life.
Love it. We'll take the carpet away. Go back to D&D maps as the remaining 3 trolls, hungry for vengeance, burst
Yummy.
out.
All right. Time to use my sledgehammer.
And let's go here.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Are they bringing anything with them, like any items or crates or anything like that I should know about? Because I sometimes can use stuff like that. And
I mean, they mostly have just personal effects, like just swords and such things.
okay,
So these burst out, and it seems like in bursting out, they're ready just to grab some of the injured and go.
okay.
So we're going to start back at the top of this initiative to get that they may or may not stay and fight. But as you're trying to protect them moving across the ice, Marionetta, you get to go first.
All right, I'm going to I guess make my way down here and take out my giant hammer, and I'm going to try to slam it down on this troll's nose.
Okay.
Yuck. That's only a 13.
Oh, when it raises its fist and just blocks your hammer.
Okay. That case, I will. Just looking. Yeah, I'll use. I'm going to use a bardic. I will give a bardic to Bjork, and that will be my turn.
Kessa.
All right. We are officially off the ice, in the woods ish.
Yes, you're on the ice.
We're on the ice still. Okay. Then I think Kessa's gonna take out have her short sword and one of her darts out. First attack is 26.
26 hits.
Second attack.
Which one are you attacking?
Probably the closest one to us.
So I see.
Let's see. All right. Duh. I have to refresh the page. And I am going to. Where is it? Where did it go? I just had it. I'm going to helm splitter him.
Okay.
So 4 points. And when he has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Got it. $14.
He fails. So my dude there is stunned until the end of its next turn.
Nice.
Next turn.
You have some damage too, right?
Yes. Just wanted to get that part out of the way. So, short sword. Oh wait, that's not what I wanted. I wanted the damage. 8. And then for my second attack, I'm going to ranged at close range is at disadvantage, right? Ranged weapons.
Yes.
Yes. So that's going to be a disadvantage. 17 to hit.
17 hits.
Okay. So this one does 7 piercing with an additional 1 poison, and on the start of its turn it takes another 1d4 poison.
Nice.
Because one of my darts technically it's whenever I use it they're all engraved with the poison rune. So this is like the effect of it. It stabs into his chest and glows brightly.
Very nice.
And since they are since they are larger than me, right? I'm also going to deal an extra 4 damage from my Giant Slayer thing.
Oh, very nice. 4 more damage.
And that is everything.
Got it. Alvarth.
Okie dokie. Can I move past the commoners towards Ice Troll D?
Yes.
Okay, great. Halvarth dashes here and will start swinging. Okay. He shakes his wrists and he has these metal gauntlets. These are weapons from Valda's, actually. They shift forward and cover his knuckles in like these metal, basically it's like punching gauntlets.
Nice.
And okay, and I'm gonna take 3 swings actually. Okay, well that's dookies. Maybe not though. My lowest is a 19.
19 hits.
Okay, great. So that's 1, 2, 3. 25 bludgeoning.
Nice.
Bonus action, I am going to, as I've hit, use my I'm going to cast Wrathful Smite, which you take immediately after hitting a creature. Yep. So I need a Wisdom save.
Got it. 13.
They will take 3 necrotic damage, and they have the frightened condition for a minute. They can repeat the save at the end of each of its turns.
Okay,
And I am going to use a maneuver that's also triggered on a hit, but doesn't cost any action economy. Let me see. Okay, so then my fist, it collides with his face and explodes into fire, and I deal an additional 9 fire damage, and the target is on fire for a minute and will take 1d6 fire damage at the start of each of its turns.
Nice.
It can use an action to douse the flames.
So you said 9 fire?
Yes.
Okay. 9 fire and frightened.
Correct.
Jorg.
Alrighty. I'm going to shoot at the one that Marionetta is on with my bow. With a 24.
That hits.
for 14 points of magical piercing, plus, oh nice, another 21 for sneak attack. And that will be my turn.
And I will reaction on that one to say, ha ha, it wasn't me you needed to fear after all. And that's a wisdom save.
Got it. That's a 6.
So they will take 5 psychic damage. And they are, of course, they'll have disadvantage on their next attack.
Nice. Very good.
And did you use Bardic on that?
No.
Okay. Just let me know if you ever do, because there's something I have to do to it if you do it.
Okay. What is the bardic die?
So 1d8.
Okay, great. Thanks.
All right. With that, going to go ahead and its mouth come down on one of the commoners for 13, which will hit. Claw another one for 25.
Ugh.
And a miss on the other.
The first one, did they have the disadvantage?
Oh, thank you for reminding me. They still hit.
Ah.
And they will grab 2, one in its mouth, and burrow into the ice with them into the water.
Oh no.
Yep.
This other one's stunned. It's got nothing. And then D is frightened. So at disadvantage, it will go ahead, try to grab some of these Valicans. Misses the first. Grabs an injured one. And misses another one. So only gets 1.
At the start of its turn, it takes 3 fire damage for being on fire.
Yes.
And on the hit, I will. Is that the one that it's taking?
Yeah.
Was it within 5 feet, 10 feet of me?
Yes, 10.
Okay. Something happens then. I can't do that, but within. No. Never mind. Nothing happens.
All right.
Carry on.
Right. All right, then it is also going to get under the ice with this one.
Yep.
Marionetta.
All right. Do I still see the one that dove down? Or is it within range? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think you can still see at this point.
All right. How far away is it from me? Am I able to hit it with the melee, or would it require me to actually be in the ice?
It's 20 feet under the ice through thick ice.
Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do, I will then go ahead and roll up my sleeves, and I'm going to shoot at it. To make sure. Go ahead.
So it's not through water; it's through the ice.
Through the ice. Okay.
Like it's in the ice tunneling. So you'd be shooting just at ice. Like there's no way of hitting with it. No way you could hit it with an arrow.
No, I don't want to shoot an arrow. I'm thinking
Okay, so-
like an Eldritch Blast or something like that.
Okay, Eldritch Blast would ricochet off ice too.
So the area they went into the ice, did that just fill up with more ice?
Yeah, they dug. Like
Gotcha.
And so it's not
Alright.
like a stable tunnel. Moves into them. So they burrow through ice.
20 feet. I can't even reach them.
I do apologize, Matt. Ice Troll D does take 4 fire damage when they melee attack somebody in my aura. 10 feet.
Got it.
Do I see any barrels around? Or
Yeah, there's some barrels. There's some supplies.
I kind of want to animate something here to try and dig down there to retrieve who they can. So I would look for like a empty barrel or just a regular old barrel. And
What's the range on your animate?
let's find out. I think it's 30 feet. Yeah, it's 30 feet.
30 feet? I could say one was holding a barrel when they got grabbed.
Oh, nice. Okay. So then I will animate that one. And I will communicate to it. Even if I have to stick my face down into the water, because I'm not using air to communicate, and just say, "Bring our friends back." And I watch as the barrel pops out 2 arms and 2 legs, and is going to try to I guess. I want to make sure it can actually do this because it does have item restrictions here. Okay. Okay. I think the only thing it can do is attack, so this is going to mostly look like an attack. So, yeah, it's going to, I guess since the person's holding on to it, it uses its fist to try and smack the troll in the face. And they're going to get a 24 to hit.
24 hits.
And that one does. Oh, yuck. Only a 5 force. Oh. Smacks him in the nose. I rolled a 1 on the attack there. Oh, not the attack, but the damage. 5 damage. So that was my bonus and my regular action. So that will, unfortunately, that's it for now.
All right. Kessa.
Because I forgot to roll it, that troll took 1 point of poison damage from the poison ring.
Nice.
And according to Helm Splitter, he has he is no longer stunned because it only lasts his turn. Or wait, yeah, his next turn. So that happened. Okay. Attacks. First one is 13.
13 will not hit.
Second one is a natural 1.
You say they're still stunned or no?
No, they're not stunned anymore. It's only until their next turn. Okay. Well then, on that nat 1, I'm going to use my luck rune because that's why I have it, you know? That's why I have it. So I feel like when it goes to hit, Kessa kind of like looks at the rune on the pommel of her sword, and then it just like glows brightly, and then like the sword kind of like vibrate vanishes in her hand, and I get to reroll. And it's a 27!
Woo. That definitely hits.
And then my bonus action side attack out of nowhere is another 27.
Nice.
All right, so that's a total of 11 plus 11 is 22.
22 damage.
Yep.
Very good. Right. Anything else?
That is it.
Very
good. That was on my C here. Very nice. They still looking all right. And we got to Halvath.
Okie dokie. I did forget to prompt you. At the end of Ice Troll D's turn, they can repeat their wisdom save to end frightened.
15.
Nope. Okay, Halvarth is gonna move here and take 3 swings at this ice troll.
Nice.
13.
13 will miss.
Okay, what about a 16?
Hits.
Okay, great. So 2 hits. So that's this and this. 12 bludgeoning. Plus, computer, listen to me. I'm using a smite on him. I don't know which one. I think I'm gonna fire again, but I don't know. Hold on, let me see. Come on, come on. We are gonna do... Yeah, let's do a searing smite. So I need a con save.
Got it. $20.
Oof. Okay. Well, it takes an extra 5 damage.
Nice.
All right, that's it.
Okay, it's officially bloodied. That will go to Bjorg.
Seeing that the one that I was attacking is no longer there, I turn around and aim at the one near Kessa and now Halvarth. For a natural 20.
Heck yes! Go Rogue!
So that is 16 points of magical piercing plus 14, 9, another 23 for sneak attack.
Right. Very badly injured now.
And that ends my turn.
Okay. Alright, so this one is going to continue to leave the barrel behind, burrowing 20 feet. I just allow the bear an op. So I
Op
guess
attack for the barrel.
We get an op attack.
Oh, yeah. That is a 21 to hit.
That will hit.
And, woo, that is 12 force. And I'm going to take the opportunity to use my reaction to have it do a vicious mockery save.
Okay.
since it took damage.
So 14.
All right, it fails. So I just kind of yell in the water, or yell over the ice. You'll never get away alive! As they take 3 psychic damage.
So it actually goes about 40 here, so it's way go this direction. Just a little. All right. See, he looks this burrows 20 feet away. D continues its track away. Quite a bit of distance there.
Wisdom save.
Yes. 15.
Nope.
All right. I don't know anything y'all can do, but Casa.
Did you skip me?
I might have. I did. Marinetta, go ahead.
All right. I will. Bonus action. I'm going to give a bardic to Kessa, while also informing my barrel friend to just try to catch up to the troll. You said they were what, 40 or 20 feet away from the barrel? 20 feet?
40.
40. Okay, so that would be.
But the barrel can't move.
They can't?
No, they're in ice and they don't have a burrow speed.
Oh, no burrow speed. Okay, gotcha.
So they're just.
All right. So my. So let's see. Where am I at? I'm up here. So I will. All right. The only troll up here is that the one to the north.
They're all
there?
under ice right now.
Oh, they're all under ice. All right. Well. And I cannot, or can I see a troll? Can I see any troll for like a vicious mockery type thing?
I would say.
They'd have to be in. I believe.
What's your range on that?
60 feet.
60. So I guess if you ran forward, you could probably get to D.
All right. If I ran forward, so this way here.
Yeah.
All right. So I will try to see them and go ahead and cast a vicious mockery for a wisdom save.
Yep.
Yeah.
That'll be 3.
All right, so they take 4 psychic damage. And that will be everything. So I give a bardic to Kessa. And the barrel knows their instructions, but they can't really, unfortunately, do much.
Right.
Yep.
Helvarth.
Is it Kessa's turn?
Yeah, because I had gone ahead. There we go. Kessa.
Okie dokie. Because Marionetta is right next to me, I have a little thing called, find it, double check. Yeah, I have a little thing of pack tactics. So as long as I'm within 5 feet of her, and the creature, I get advantage on attack rolls.
Nice.
So that's a natural 20.
Oh. So what are you doing to attack?
I have pack tactics as part of like the when the Valakan thing.
Sure.
The troll burrowed under ice and ran away.
You ran away.
Yeah.
I failed to remember this part. In the moment, I may have closed my eyes. Then I guess I'm just going to usher the people along.
Okay. You're like, let's go.
Get them to move it or lose it.
Very good. Oh, good old hell.
And by lose it, I mean your lives. So
Okay. Can I just like punch the ice and like burrow myself?
I mean, you could probably go 2 or 3 feet in a punch.
Okay, great. I have 3 punches. I would like to punch thrice and make a hole. Can I follow their hole?
You can. Okay, give me. I'll give you an athletics check to see how you can try to do this.
Okay. $26.
26. Okay. With that, I would say you can get 10 feet by just like throwing some of the debris of ice out. You have a problem where it's going to be hard now to go further. You realize it's a much harder throw of ice to get them out of your way, but you would be about 10 feet away.
Okay.
Well, actually, 30 feet away.
And they still count as like total cover obscured.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're definitely obscured as you go under because it's not solid.
Okay. I mean, that is what I would do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Something from Bjorg.
I am also hurting commoners. I'm moving to the back of the group and hurrying them along, telling them we need to get across the ice to the cover as quick as possible.
Okay. So hurrying them along as we turn around, essentially they keep running away, and you all see, from what you can tell, the wounds that you've been inflicting on them begin to rapidly heal. Marinetta, you find yourself, you're not doing more damage with your vicious mockery than it's healing.
Okay.
And they, with a little bit of some midday snacks, get away. Sounds like y'all just continue hurrying down the ice.
Yeah, because we can't really go after them.
Tell that to my fists.
All right. Then you finally finally reach the shore. Solid, where you feel like they can't burrow. You don't have to worry about attacks from underneath. Everyone can take a little bit of a rest, but the cold and exhaustion means you still can't stay out here for long. As Lefsey goes, thank you. Hello, Hairstairs. We need to go.
Yep.
We are sorry for your fallen comrades.
Thank you for trying. And with that, you're able to make it back to Regval. As Lefsey approaches you, talked with the others as they heal and get well, and we wish to stay in Regval and help you survive the winter, since you helped us survive out there. Would you have us?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We shall toast to our new brotherhood. Here, the drink of warriors.
Very good. Now, as you talk, since you having gotten lost following the fox a little bit, taking more time, as well as the attack, about 10 died, leaving you 65 additional reinforcements.
That's still a lot, considering.
Very good.
Yeah. And we also get the extra, I think it was like, 5 from the elves as well for this week?
Yep.
Halverth, are you I see that you've been talking a lot with Kessa.
Indeed.
Do you enjoy talking to Kessa?
I enjoy speaking to everybody.
Well, yeah, I know, but I just noticed that you were talking a lot with Kessa, and it seemed like the two of you were at the pub earlier sharing a drink. And what I'm getting at is, would you like a chance to speak to Kessa in a more quiet setting?
Do you mean like a library?
No, but I mean, I didn't even know we had a library here.
I will be honest with you, I don't actually really know what a library is.
Well, there's time for that later. I was just curious, I could help set something like that up, but if it sounds like there isn't a need, but should a need ever arrive, then just let me know and I will see about scheduling like a play date.
I do enjoy playdates. It sounds fun. All right. What do you think Kessa likes to play?
I think Kessa likes daggers and swords and leather. And
we shall spar.
What a great idea. That's a great idea. The two of you are warriors? Yeah. I can go get Kessa and tell her to meet you at the sparring area.
Incredible. I must prepare. Her eye is very keen, thrice as sharp as her blade.
Yeah, sharp eyes. Interesting that you bring that up. I will go and speak to Kessa. Kessa?
You would find Kessa, she'd be with, some of the people who weren't, as wounded, getting them set up, in, place where, they could live, whatnot, places, living situations, stuff. And then she turn, I don't know, putting down a box or something. And it's like, Marionetta?
Yes, I have some great news.
Oh, really? Great,
yes.
great news?
Well, we, Halverth noticed you in battle earlier and was wanting to train with you, to maybe do a little sparring tonight. To really perfect his craft a little bit. And he mentioned that you had such sharp eyes and that you should come to meet him tonight so that you can spar.
Okay. Sure.
Excellent. And I will give you the directions.
And then I feel like after Marionetta leaves, after giving the directions, she's like, I know where the sparring field is, Marionetta. I've been here.
Yeah, I just meant if you wanted to, like, you want me to help you with your hair or anything like that, I would be happy to do so. But you go on, and yeah, and I will sit down.
Oh, okay. All right. And then as Kessa heads towards the sparring field, she's just a little bit like, it must be rough not having lots of kids around to dote upon. Marietta definitely seems like she needs it.
Very good. So you go out the next night for a sparring with Halvarth?
Yeah.
Kessa,
Here.
your hair. It's different.
It's just in braids.
Well, it looks nice.
Thank you.
Shall we begin?
Sure, tough guy. And then she kind of like picks out two sparring swords and kind of starts limbering up.
Halvarth does push-ups to stretch his biceps.
On his knuckles or his fingertips?
Pinkies.
How big are his biceps?
They are the size of his head.
So like watermelons, I guess.
Correct. All right, what are the rules of this sparring?
We could go first to bloodied.
Okay. Cracks knuckles. Gets ready.
Roll initiative.
3.
Yeah, I have to double check to see what my blood is. 17. Definitely ahead of you.
All right. So, Kisa, what does it look like? Narrate this and roll the two of you.
Kessa kind of like immediately like closes the space between them. Like I think they're like starting like with a good bit of feetage apart from each other, and then she immediately closes rank between them, and then does two kind of like spats again into his chest.
Okay.
15.
Nope.
17.
Yes.
That would do 7 damage.
Okay.
Nice.
I would say Halvarth does very little to dodge, but not meeting his armor class just means that, like, the blade does not pierce. Like, it hits where it's meant to hit, but it does not go through.
Nice.
Ah, yes. I can taste the blood of battle. Huzzah! And he will swing! And they are both 20 plus.
Both it.
Beautiful. $18. You may forfeit early, if you wish.
Kessa kind of like does this like slight acrobatic move to cut like where she kind of like takes like a hit at your head, but like it goes completely over your head so that she can swing her sword down onto your shoulder.
Nice.
25 and 23.
Yes.
And then I'm going to throw in my bonus action attack
Oh.
for 24. So 3 hits. 9, 6, and 6, 11. So that's 9 plus 6 plus 11 is 26 damage.
Beautiful. Ah, yes, that is the spirit. Finally, we're getting into it. He will return your blows. My lowest is a 16.
16 doesn't hit.
What about a 19?
19 meets it.
Got it. $16 bludgeoning.
All right. How close are you each to bloodied?
I'm at 72. My bloodied is 53.
I'm at 85. My bloodied is 60 something.
All right. Both on the verge. Good hits have been made. Is Marionetta spying at all? Or she just let this happen.
She's over there going, sha la 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 la, my oh my.
Georg's roasting meat. I don't know.
No, she's not going
No.
to help either one of them win. She just wants to see what happens.
Bjork would be making sure that Lefsy met the chief.
We go to the Zojo. We just go. This is the chief. Here's all the alliance paperwork.
And then would help people get settled in. She has no clue what's going on here. She's all business.
Yes. All these kids she has to watch.
All right. Guess how about to continue?
Yep. And then I'm going to continue with attacking. Oh, that one's not gonna hit.
No.
15 and no, all. I'm gonna say all 3 of them hit, but they don't do anything. Yeah.
Very nice.
I would like to use my 2 attacks to grapple and then shove.
Oh.
So so first start with either a strength or a dex save. The DC is 16.
Um. I'll do dex. It's a 24.
Ooh, I will try again to grapple you a second time.
It's a dirty 20.
Slippery, like a fish. Reminds me of the first time we met.
You would see, even though she has like a perpetual frown, you will see the corner of like her mouth just slightly twitch. Just slightly. And then she's going to attack. Ugh. Ah.
Why couldn't these be your dex checks?
I know, right? 22.
That one hits.
For 8.
In the middle of those, Halvarth is like, "Are you sure you don't want to concede? This is becoming embarrassing." Oh, ah!
I feel like you catch the first 2 hits or something like that.
The first 2 tickle.
My lowest is a dirty 20.
Then all of them hit.
27 bludgeoning.
Right, one of the hits. What's one of them?
Wait, let me rephrase that. Sorry, it's not 27. It's 23.
Right.
I added my modifier one too many times.
Okay. One of the hits. What? Just separate one of them. I
Okay.
have a reaction I'm gonna do.
10.
All right. So for that, I'm going to use one of my maneuver points to refuse to bleed. So I take it down to add my fighter level. So if it's 10, then I completely negate it. So the rest of the damage is what did you say?
It would be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Okay, so 13.
Let's come down. Katsa, how do you respond?
I'm still standing.
I'm still standing. Your determination is impressive.
I'm gonna fire back some attacks. 28.
Mm-hmm.
24.
Mm-hmm.
And 24.
Woohoo!
Ooh.
This is it for Hallie Boy.
Plus 11 plus 9, so that's 22 plus 9. Total of 31 damage.
Bloodied.
Marionetta will throw in a med kit to Kessa so she can, nurse him back to health.
So I want to say, when Kessa gets you to bloodied, though, she because just because the flirtation of battle here, she kind of lands on top of you, pushing you back. So she's on top of you with both of her both for wooden like training swords, like kind of like at like your
Classic.
throat kind of thing, just like ha. And like she has like a distinct bruise on her face, like her nose is bleeding, kind of thing, and just like she kind of like has this kind of like excited look on her face, this grin.
I can feel the undying flame within you.
You're pretty good with your fists there.
Naturally, of course.
And then she just like happens to spy the first aid kit nearby. And she's like, probably have some bruises under there. So and then she picks it, gets up, and kind of like shakes herself off. She's not blushing or anything. And she picks up the first aid kit and like starts opening it up and stuff.
I know we're already over time, but I imagine that there's like a cutscene at the end of the credits, and Hal has gone to Bjorg and is just like, I think Kessa is trying to court me. She had her hair in a braid the other day.
I'm not sure what to say to that. Are you okay with this idea?
Well, I mean, most people are trying to court me, usually.
Okay, but the question is do you like their advances?
I like all advances. What are you getting at? What is your question? Are there advances you don't like?
I guess what I'm trying to say is, do you want to date Kessa? Can you be a one-woman man?
Ah, dating in this life is hard, Bjorg. The life of a hero. It is difficult. Commitment is hard.
It is, especially when you don't know if you'll be coming back from battle.
Quite right. I must find a way to let her down easy. Thank you for your wise words, as always.
You're welcome. I'm always happy to help.
Very good. And with that, we will end for tonight.
Good night, everyone.